Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, everybody. Dr. Ben here, F8 Well Centers. Excited to talk to you guys today about your health, about health questions you have, anything that is going on that could be contributing to you not feeling your best optimal self. So, welcome, guys. Dr. Ben Gallagher, F8 Well Centers. We have offices in Colorado as well as Tennessee, and we work to get to the root cause of what the underlying issues really are, because taking a medication, taking a drug, even taking supplements do not get to the root cause. There are specific things in there. Hey, Live Clean Girl, good to see you down in Texas. Hope you are doing well. Love working with you. Yep, you are awesome. Can I reverse mixed connective tissue disorder? So here's the deal, guys. Put your questions down below. They're already coming in. We usually get hundreds and hundreds of questions. So if you want to be one of the first ones to get that question answered, put that down below. But also put down below where you actually are calling from, where you're watching from. Give you a shout out, and any health issues that you're dealing with, and I can give you some ideas. So let's get into it. Pancho Mama. I love your guys' TikTok names. Can I reverse mixed connective tissue disorder? So here's the deal. I don't know if your body can rebuild and repair the damage. That's something you'd have to look at X-rays, MRIs, all these things. How much damage have things actually ruptured? All that. But what I can tell you, you can reverse is the autoimmune reaction in your body. The body is attacking its own tissue, and it's stimulated and triggered by all these different things. We've got adrenals, we've got blood sugar, we've got leaky gut, vitamin D deficiency, infections, all these different things. So if you can fix those underlying imbalances, then you can stop that autoimmune reaction. Because here's the deal, it is not just mixed connective tissue disease that is the problem. We are talking about this major immune inflammatory cascade in your body. So it can be reversed. I don't know about the damage, but the actual autoimmune condition can be. We see this all the time. My mom healed from MS. She doesn't have MS anymore. How is that even possible? The body is amazing. Kimberly, how to get to the root cause of histamine intolerance. Kimberly, here's the deal. Histamine intolerance, this is this new thing. A lot of people are having histamine issues, and yet it still comes back to the basics. It comes back to fixing the gut, fixing the brain. Your body and your brain is in this hyper excitatory state, and it goes into fight or flight super easily, and it reacts to different foods, and that's part of that histamine, that autonomic response there. You've got to look at the gut lining. You've got to look at, are you absorbing like you need to, and the whole cytokine response in the entire body. That's how you're going to fix your histamine intolerance. Hey, better than you. Hey, hi from Minnesota. Hi from New York. Let's get going. Sorry, jumped ahead of some of these here. So again, guys, Live Clean Girl, love working with you. Awesome. First doctor to listen to me. You are doing amazing. You've just got to keep fighting. Your body can do this. Brittany, I had my appointment yesterday with you guys. Brittany, awesome. Who'd you talk with? And just love getting this information out there. You guys have the ability to heal. Every Thursday morning, I do a live Q&A about this time, depending on how my day and how my life is going. If you have not already followed us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, tomorrow we're going to hit 190,000 followers on TikTok. That's pretty cool. Next week, probably 200,000. We've got 110,000 followers on Facebook. YouTube, I've got over 750 videos on there, all types of different topics. So if you've got questions, put those down below, guys. Come on, bring them. Hello from Southwest Virginia. Absolutely love you. MC River Girl. I think we just found my root cause for the POTS and SIBO meta filing leaky and leaky gut, maybe. Metal filling leaky and heavy metals in my jaws and bones. Yeah, here's the deal. So if you guys have infections in your jaw, this is really, really important. So anytime I do a live Q&A like this, write this down, because there's going to be tons of good questions, tons of good tips in here. So you've got to look. One of the best things you can do to see what is going on in your jaw, in your sinuses, for women when they're concerned about breast cancer, what do? They go and do a mammogram. Well, there's something called a thermogram where it looks at the heat in the different areas in the body, and you want to do an upper thoracic one, especially if you have lumps or anything in the breast tissue, because a lot of times that drains down. And so here's what we do is you look at that and you can see, oh, there's a hot spot here, and you might have an old root canal that went bad. You might have a filling that's leaking and causing that inflammation. So many different things. So again, put down below where you're watching from. Let me know what health condition you're dealing with, and I will give you the best advice I possibly can. And how to avoid UTIs if bothered by MRSA in Sedgwick. This is Gene. So UTIs, urinary tract infections. Give me a heart, give me a thumbs up, give me a yes if you guys are dealing with UTIs ever. This is actually a really common thing. One of the first things you want to think about is the structural part to it. A lot of times women have had babies, they've had hysterectomies, they've had C-sections, gallbladder, appendix, all types of different surgeries in there. And then you get scar tissue, and that scar tissue isn't just on the outside, it's three-dimensional and it pulls on structures inside. Even after having a baby, I'm always amazed. Baby comes out and all your organs go back where they're supposed to be. Pretty crazy. So what happens to that bladder? It goes like this, and then it goes like this, fills up and then squeezes out, fills up, squeezes out. And what happens is you can actually get tipped, and then urine can pool in there and bacteria can settle in there. And so this is one of the big causes of UTIs, is actually that structural position of your bladder. And there's no bone, there's nothing where that bladder sticks to, so it can kind of slosh around in there depending on whether, if you had a hysterectomy, it sits next to that uterus, and then boom, now it's gone. And so it is definitely challenging there. So here's the deal. Find somebody that does visceral manipulation. So that could be a massage therapist, a PT, a chiropractor. Different people are going to work on those organ systems and work on that scar tissue and get it settled into the right place. Hey guys, I see a bunch of new people jumping on, so I just want to introduce myself. Dr. Ben Galliard, F8 Well Centers. We have offices in Colorado, in Tennessee. We help people get to the root cause of any of their health issues. If you need help, if you need support, we've got a link down below that you can schedule a free discovery call, and we can get cranking on getting you your life back. So welcome, guys. This is a live Q&A. I do these every Thursday morning, and you can put down below any questions at all. If I don't get to them, send me a direct email at drben, drben at f8wellcenters.com, and I will answer that question specifically. It's my email. Nobody else is checking it. Hello from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We've got office in Nashville. So Chattanooga, I know Tennessee's a long state, but Texas, I have crazy itchy palms with no rash. Why? So here's the deal. Anytime you are dealing with skin, eczema, psoriasis, acne, itchy skin. I've got a lady, she came in last month, and her skin was burning, itching. She couldn't even do down dog. It was like tight and just so irritated, but you couldn't see rashes and stuff. And within 2 weeks of getting her gut calmed down, getting her brain calmed down, everything that we do, it has not been there for over a month. It's amazing. And let's go here. Causing the POTS and SIBO and leaky gut, the heavy metals. So the heavy metals are going to be part of it. So this is NC River Girl. She's got some heavy metal mercury fillings in her mouth that are leaking. That can definitely be part of it. Does that cause all of it, the POTS and the SIBO and the leaky gut? No. That's going to be contributing to it, but there's probably 8 other systems that need to be worked on. And so that's why we do the blood work like we do. So I encourage you, write down these markers that you need to look at. You need to look at your autoimmune, your ANA, and your rheumatoid factor, your Hashimoto's markers, your TPO and your thyroglobulin. You need to look at your inflammatory markers, your CRP and your homocysteine, your hormones, testosterone, progesterone, estrogens. You've got to look at your adrenal hormones, your cortisol, your DHEA. Look for GGT for fatty liver, ferritin for anemia or inflammation. So many different things. You've got to dig deep and find those. Sharon, grandmother had lupus. Is this genetic? So here's the deal. Give me a heart, give me a thumbs up. Anybody out there dealing with autoimmune, let me know which one or which ones, because odds are you have multiple. So there is a genetic predisposition that we see with patients for autoimmune. If a certain family line has a lot of, look at all those hearts coming in, guys. Bless you guys for all this autoimmune. For certain family lines, if they have a lot of autoimmune in there and they do the exact same things, very good likelihood that they are also going to get that autoimmune as well. So you've got to do, if you've got that genetics, then you need to do everything you can to not go there. So absolutely. Sherry, good to see you. Is there a supplement that works for restless legs? Joyce, a couple things. It's not going to fix it, but if you're just going to go take something, I would look at magnesium citrate would be a good one. You can do like calm powder, any of that. I would look at iron. You may be anemic as well. So again, put your questions down below, guys. I'm going to stay as long as I can and get through as many of these. Glory in New York, good to see you. Doc thinks I might have Sjogren's, but my labs don't show. ESR is 26 and ANA is normal. I'm confused. So this is Tucci rolls. You guys and your TikTok names, but I always like to pronounce them just so I can sound funny. So here's the deal. Your doctor may be going off of symptoms. Maybe you have dry mouth, maybe you have dry eyes, maybe your ANA was high one time, now it's not. ESR is a little bit high. But here's the deal. If you are having symptoms of autoimmune, if you are having the inflammation, any of the immune stimulation, any of those things, now you've got to treat it like an autoimmune. Doesn't mean you have to go on prednisone and methotrexate and Humira and biologics and all these different drugs, but you do now have to look at your body and say, hey, if this is autoimmune, what do I need to do? I need to take a step back and I need to go through system by system by system. Hey guys, I want to give you an offer today. I was just telling my team about this. If you have not got a free copy of my Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie book, send us an email. So if you click the link in TikTok, if you click that link in the link tree, and then just send us an email and say ebook or free ebook, we will send that to you on Facebook, YouTube, any other places. Just send us a DM and we will get you this book free. This is my life work here. Every one of our patients gets this information, and it's going to change pre-diabetes, diabetes, people that are creeping towards Alzheimer's, autoimmune, so many different things. It's huge. Kathy, I have low estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, low iron, and malabsorption of fat and proteins. Yeah, Kathy. So this is the deal, guys. If you have any type of low state, low hormones, low iron, malabsorption, you're not getting your fats in, your cholesterol's low, all these things, you have leaky gut. You've got some type of malabsorption, intestinal permeability, leaky gut. We've got to take massive action and get that gut better. But if your estrogen, progesterone, testosterone are low, you probably are in a chronic fight or flight. I always say a woman's low testosterone is directly proportional to the amount of stress that they're under. Anybody under stress? Anybody have low T out there? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart. Like that one. And here's the deal. We all have jobs and cars and kids and COVID and presidents and gas prices, whatever you want to stress about. But here's the deal. If you are stealing your hormones to make cortisol, which is an adrenal hormone, you are not going to be making enough testosterone. So if you have low testosterone, male or female, but especially female, don't just go on testosterone replacement. Maybe you do short term, but that will never fix it. You've got to get the why, which is usually that stress response. Number one stressor to the adrenals. Anybody that's been with me for a while, blood sugar imbalances, especially those lows. So welcome, guys. I see a bunch of new people jumping on. Welcome. And what causes low ferritin? I'm really low. Yeah. Anybody low ferritin out there? Put your number down below, and we'll see who's got the lowest ferritin of the bunch. I bet we'll see some 2s and 3s. So low ferritin, it's not just from, even if you have heavy menstrual cycles, it's not just from that. Low ferritin is a gut issue, guaranteed. Yes, you might be having heavy periods, but low ferritin is coming from your gut, from leaky gut, malabsorption. You're not utilizing your nutrients. Absolutely 100%. If you see consistent low ferritin, and here's the deal, if it was just from menstrual cycle, then at different times of the month it should be higher and lower. And yet some people, they're just low all the time, even though, well, I've got low ferritin because I'm bleeding, and then you have 2 weeks without bleeding and it doesn't go back up. So absolutely, we need to get cranking and get this dialed in, guys. So if you have low ferritin, you can't just take iron. You can't just take a infusion, liquid, pill, whatever to get that iron. You've got to take that step back and really start digging in deeper. So huge part of the issue. We've got to get that build up. And if you have low ferritin, that's going to affect oxygen to your brain. You're never going to feel great if that's the case. Psoriasis. Again, think about any time you see a skin issue. Oh, I've got this rash. I've got eczema. Your little kid has eczema. Eczema is not a skin issue. Psoriasis is not a skin disease. It is an autoimmune disease. Psoriasis is autoimmune. That means your body is revved up, your immune system. Yeah, give me a hard thumbs up. You guys dealing with skin stuff at all? Look to the gut first. That is the first place you need to go when you're thinking about skin. Look to the gut first. Leaky gut, food allergens, so many different things going on in there. And rheumatoid arthritis and possibly lupus. Yeah, so we've got two autoimmune there. Tina, it happens. Yep, hydroxychloroquine for me, for that lupus. That's what they give a lot of people. Thank you so much. I'm going to set up an appointment. So NC River Girl, she's talking about a discovery call. If you click that link down below, schedule on the button there and schedule your time for a discovery call. And while you're at it, get my free book, Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie. You can get the actual print book on Amazon, but this one, it is free. We're going to send you over an ebook, and just send us an email and say ebook on there, and we will get you a free copy of that. Do you guys do anything with PCOS? I'm at a loss. This is Macy Girl. So here's the deal. PCOS. Everybody heard of PCOS? PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. It is when insulin resistance kicks in to the point where the ovaries start producing too much testosterone, DHEA, the androgens, and you get cysts on the ovaries. You start getting chin hairs, even male pattern baldness, so many different things. PCOS is intense, and there's a lot of people do it. The only treatment in traditional medicine, birth control, or you can go on metformin or one of the diabetes drugs. Why would they give you metformin? Why would they give you a diabetes drug? I've seen 18-year-old girls, 110 pounds, get put on a diabetes drug. Why would they do that? Because they know there's a blood sugar component to it, but they don't know what to do besides just squash the blood sugar down, give you this drug, and that's it. So no amount of metformin, no amount of Wegovy or Mounjaro or any of these new drugs, none of those are actually going to fix PCOS. You've got to make the massive change. Do we do anything for PCOS? Yeah, I've never been skunked on PCOS. I don't remember a patient that we have not been able to reverse their PCOS. So you get a continuous glucose monitor. You start tracking what foods make that blood sugar go up and what makes it go down. Every one of our new patients gets one of these when they start care. They get a 3-month supply. You learn exactly what you need to be eating and not eating. You have to work on your liver, make sure you're detoxifying the hormones. You've got to work on the gut, make sure you're eliminating those hormones. And we just work through whatever systems are out of balance, and you go step by step. But PCOS is an insulin resistance disease, absolutely. So let's go over here. How would you treat psoriatic arthritis? Rachel, same thought process as psoriasis. So psoriatic arthritis, it's just a more intense state of that psoriasis. So it is going to be the same thought process. Now, it's an autoimmune disease. So is your vitamin D up at 80? If not, get it there. Is your blood sugar 85 to 110 all day, every day? If not, get it there. Are your adrenals in good state, and your cortisol and DHEA, all of your hormones where they need to be? If not, get them there. Do you have leaky gut? Do you have malabsorption? I'm going to say yes, because almost everybody that's got autoimmune has leaky gut. If not, if your gut is not sound, get it there. If you are dealing with chronic infection, like a tooth infection, jaw infection, like we were talking about, any type of virus, bacterial, you got to get it there. Are you dealing with any type of food allergen? If you have Hashimoto's, you should never eat gluten again. Absolutely. So many different things. Let's go here. How do you fix stomach absorption issues? Example of iron. So, Chewy, here's the deal. We don't absorb in the stomach. There's multiple phases of digestive tract. You've got your chewing, you've got your esophagus, you've got your stomach. The stomach is actually full of acid, and it kind of does a grinding, and that acid breaks things down, and that is a great part of digestion, but it doesn't do absorption. Most of the absorption is actually in the next part, the small intestine. The small intestine is thinner, and it's going to be almost 20 feet long, and it just goes and goes and goes and goes, and that's where a lot of the absorption takes place. Large intestine, it's going to be bigger around, shorter, and that's going to be where most of our good bacteria is, our probiotics. That's going to be where we are having a lot of our immune system. We absorb a lot of our water through there. So that's what's going on there. So most of the absorption is actually in the small intestine. But what's important with the stomach, as well as far as iron goes, is that you need enough stomach acid, enough acidity in your stomach to break down that iron. Calcium, protein, and iron all need a more acidic stomach. As you are under stress and as you are aging, you produce less stomach acid. Anybody, give me a thumbs up, heart, like out there if you are aging or you are stressed out at all. So here's the deal. You need to make sure you have enough stomach acid. You might even need to take some external enzyme with stomach acid in it. Yeah, a couple of you guys are aging or stressing. Yeah, I've got 4 boys. We've got about 40 people on F8 team. We got doctors all over, patients all over. So yeah, we all got our stressors, right? So you are not making enough stomach acid, period. There's like 1% of the population that actually makes too much for various reasons, but the vast majority of people don't make enough. So it's not stomach absorption, it's actually stomach making enough acid, but the absorption is going to be in that small intestine. So this is where we see more of the absorption issue. And if you have a low ferritin, you've got some type of a gut issue guaranteed, and we just got to keep working through those. Why is myocarditis getting higher among vaccinated people? It is going to be inflammatory. COVID by itself is inflammatory. We see, this is why so many people passed away from COVID. That spike protein is inflammatory, and people that already were predisposed. That's why it was people that had high blood pressure, that had diabetes, high blood sugar, that already had heart disease, a lot of things. Now, those are the people that died in masses during COVID, and we're putting that spike protein into people as well. And let's go here. All right. Gastroparesis, any tips? Cat Fisher 68. Yeah, loving those catfish, huh? So here's the deal, guys. Gastroparesis. Everybody say a little prayer for Cat Fisher 68. Gastroparesis is horrible. Imagine this, guys. You get up, you feel nauseous in the morning, and you're like, ugh, I don't want to eat. I know what's coming. I'm going to throw up again today. And you start getting worse. You think about eating, but you don't. And then finally you throw up. And that might happen multiple times a day. So we've got this gastroparesis. It's this chronic vomiting every single day over and over and over. I had one patient, 10 years, she was vomiting every single day. She's down in Denver. She calls us her angels. She no longer throws up anymore. It's amazing. And that happened very, very quick. So gastroparesis, you've got to look at the brain. You might be in a chronic fight or flight. You can either fight or flight or rest and digest. You can't do both at the same time. So if you're chronic fight or flight, your body could care less about breaking down and digesting. Number 2, you've got to look at the microbiome, the good bacteria, bad bacteria. If that's out of balance, that can contribute to it. You've got to look at, are you making enough stomach acid, enough enzymes? Do you have your gallbladder? If not, you need bile salts. All these things to be able to help you digest better. Latoya Thompson, good to see you. So here's the deal. Here is my email, guys. I want you to do a couple things. I want you to schedule a discovery call. And that discovery call, if you click the link down below there on TikTok, it's in my link tree. In YouTube or Facebook, it is down in the comment section, or send us a DM. Schedule a discovery call. And here's what I want you to do next. After you schedule that discovery call, send me an email, drben at f8wellcenters.com, Dr. Ben at f8wellcenters.com, and I want you to tell me your story. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what you've been through. The ringer, going to the endocrinologist and all the rheumatologists and neurologists and all these ologists, but never getting your whole story answered. So shoot me that email. Tell me what you have going on. There's hundreds of questions here. I'm not going to get to all of them. Send me a direct email and I will absolutely get back to you guys. I promise. That's my personal email. Nobody else checks it. That's me. And I'll get to those as soon as I can and get you in the right direction. But also the other thing you're going to do, there's an email that for just our support team. If you click that link in the bio there, I will send you a free copy of Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie. And that is my life work on my second book there. You can also get that on Amazon. What causes low ferritin? Hey, we've got a common theme here, Natasha. We've already talked about this, but it's so important. I'm at 15. I'm so worried. Yes, what causes low iron is going to be a gut issue. 99% of you, if you have low ferritin, you've got to work on your leaky gut. You've got to work on your malabsorption, your microbiome, your enzymes, enough stomach acid, all of these different things. Can having high ferritin make not able to walk more than 20 minutes at a time? So Alma, high ferritin, no, that won't necessarily do that. There's going to be other inflammatory processes. So high ferritin, first we have to think about what causes high ferritin in the first place. That is going to be insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, fatty liver. That's going to be, you're going to see triglycerides high, inflammatory markers high. All of these different things, this inflammatory state in the body contributed by blood sugar and what you're eating. So start there, Alma. If you have high ferritin, any of you guys, start there and get cranking as far as getting your blood sugar stabilized. That's why every one of our new patients, they get a continuous glucose monitor, slap that bad boy on, and we get to see miracles all the time with that getting dialed in. Sandra, hi there from Brazil. One of our team members works out of Brazil as well. Good to see you. You're the best I've seen. Wish I found you before I spent 30 grand at a functional doctor. I guarantee you, we don't cost $30,000, not even close. And I am so sorry that you went through that. And Winkley, not sure what Winkley means. Wrinkly, hey, are you talking about my scrubs? I could have ironed them today instead of going live with you guys. I could have ironed them, but didn't quite make time for that. Type 1 diabetic here. Doc recommended taking Trulicity also to help with insulin resistance, along with Novolog. Here's the deal. This is raring to go. So we have had many type 1 diabetics. I've never seen the pancreas reproduce insulin again. So guys, type 1 diabetes, autoimmune condition, the body attacks the pancreas, not able to produce insulin anymore, so then you've got to be on insulin forever. But I've had so many of our type 1 diabetics that have been able to stabilize their blood sugar 100 to 140 almost every single day, all day long, if they do what they need to do with food. So you can stabilize your type 1 diabetes with food. Absolutely, we get to see it all the time. And then that insulin resistance starts to go away. You start being able to stabilize it. So you've already got the continuous glucose monitor. So schedule that discovery call and we'll talk about it. I love helping you, or send me an email. Type 1 diabetics. Here's the deal. Just because you're on insulin, just because you're on Trulicity, you have not stopped why your body was attacking itself in the first place, why you had that autoimmune condition in the first place. So you've got to do that. Who cares about your clothing if you have a doctor? Who cares? Yeah, I know. I'm not worried about it. Thanks. So upper GI and colonoscopy clear. On Nexium not helping. Feel full nausea. Yeah, Annie. So yeah, they scoped. They went like this. Scope here, scope there. They met in the middle and everything looks fine. It's clear. Okay, so you don't have cancer, you don't have a huge bleed, whatever. But I guarantee you, one of these things is going on. Leaky gut, malabsorption. You've got microbiome that's crazy. You're not producing enough enzymes or stomach acid. Something is out of balance. You've got yeast, you've got H. pylori. Something is going on, and that's what we've got to dig deep. Because now, sure, you've exhausted what they can do at the GI. Now you got Nexium, great. Okay, you can take Tums, you can take Pepto-Bismol, whatever, but that's not going to fix the why. So Yep, my Effexor blocks the insulin resistant meds, but trying Farxiga, not sure what that one is, and so far it's okay. So Emily, why don't you just fix your insulin resistance in the first place? That would make the most sense. Fix your insulin resistance, fix your prediabetes, fix your diabetes, fix your blood sugar imbalances, and then your Effexor. You probably are going to need to take less Effexor because your brain is going to be doing better because your blood sugar is better, and that's totally doable. That's why we use a continuous glucose monitor with every single one of our patients. Absolutely, it's a huge part of it. Um, and I got type 1.5 diabetes. Can you explain it better, please? Yes. So type 1.5. Type 1 is autoimmune, usually childhood diabetes. Type 2 is your fault because of what you're eating, you're putting in your mouth, you're drinking, blood sugar swings. You've created that type 2 diabetes in your body. Type 1.5 is usually later. We see it in 40s and 50s usually, and there's usually an immune inflammatory component to it. Can they directly say it's autoimmune? No, but it's the same thought process. You're probably going to have to go on insulin, but you're going to have to stabilize blood sugar as much as you possibly can. And then you've got to get rid of all the inflammation and everything else. Love your scrubs. You're busy saving lives. Don't you worry about them. Laugh out loud. Yeah, no worries. How do we control blood sugar levels? Dottie, this is actually pretty darn easy. Think about this, guys. Yesterday, I was talking to a patient, and she came in. She was on immediate and long lasting insulin. She was on. They started her on the. It's the one like Jumanji, Monjaro, make you want to say it like in Jumanji. So she was getting that injection once a week, all this stuff, and still up in like the sevens on her A1C. Yesterday, we're at month 3. She's down to 5.7. She's gotten rid of her immediate insulin. She's still taking that secondary, but getting ready to drop that one down. She's talking to her doctor about stopping the Monjaro as well, and it's at 5.7. 5.6 is no longer even pre-diabetic. So how do we do that? Well, number one thing we do is start tracking blood sugar, and it is all explained in here, guys. So if you want this ebook, send us an email. So in TikTok, click that link down below, schedule on that email, put ebook or free book, whatever you want, and we will send you one of those. And then on YouTube or Facebook, there are links down below in the comment section. So you're going to track the blood sugar, and it's actually pretty darn simple. You're going to eat more of the good stuff, less of the bad stuff. The continuous glucose monitor, it's prescription only, so only patients that work with us can get that. You have to be working there, but yeah, we've got to get that blood sugar figured out. What foods, what drinks you're putting in your mouth, and we'll be able to do that. Is there anything functional medicine wise that can be done for enlarged prostate? Elderly father is going to urologist soon. Sharon, it depends. If he's 90 years old and that's already, it might be too late for that. But if you're 60s, 70s, absolutely, that is going to be a blood sugar related thing. That's going to be pathways that are driving it to DHT. That's going to be lymphatic flow, probably getting on trampolines, vibration plates. All of those things are going to be helpful. Absolutely. Ginger, hi, Dr. Ben. Can you address Crohn's disease, please? My 61-year-old aunt is in hospital currently. She has been dealing with horrible gut issues since she was a teen. She is tired of fighting and basically just wants to die. For years, she's been needing transfusions. The traditional doctors she has seen have not gotten to the why. I've implored her to cut out gluten as it had helped me tremendously. Any more info is greatly appreciated. I'm worried. You're going to lose her. So yeah, here's the deal, guys. Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, IBD, IBSD, IBSC, whatever you want to call it, the gut can heal. And there are reasons why people are having diarrhea every day. There's reasons why people are having constipation, why they're cramping, bloating, blood coming out, all of these different things. And again, you've got to take a step back. There's autoimmune going on there. So, of course, you want to take gluten out. Of course, you want to take dairy, corn, soy, short term, even eggs and lectins, so many different things. You've got to pull back and give that gut a chance to heal. But not just that gut a chance to heal, you've got to help all the other systems. And that's the big thing that I want you guys to think about is adrenals, blood sugar, leaky gut, vitamin D, infections, environmental toxins, all of these different things. You've got to address each and every one that's out of balance. So unfortunately, if she's given up on life and doesn't want to put the oomph into getting better, there's no magic bullet for that. Yeah, she can go off gluten and probably feel a little bit better, but it's not going to fix anything. But if she still wants to get cranking and still has some zest for life, have her get a hold of us and let's get going step by step through that process to get her life back. Hey, Cheryl in Alberta, good to see you. We love our Canadian friends. And hi, watching from Washington. Good to see you. What is considered high ferritin? Donna, great question. High ferritin is going to be over 125 in women and over 150 in men. If you have high ferritin, think about blood sugar, fatty liver, inflammation. You're creating this immune inflammatory cascade coming from your blood sugar being too high, insulin resistance, prediabetes, all of those things. So totally fixable. That it comes down all the time with our patients, but you've got to make a change there. If we would take care of our guts, we would live past 100. Yeah, 801 Snow. There's a very good chance that if everyone took care of their gut and did what they need to do, we would see miracles all the time. Emily, what's the email again? So if you're on TikTok, click the link in my bio and hit the email button, and you can ask for the ebook, my free blood sugar doesn't lie book, and then if you want to reach out to me directly, DRBEN, Dr. Ben at f8wellcenters.com. That's my direct email. And if you schedule a discovery call, send me an email. Tell me what you have going on. Nushka, Dr. Ben, yep, who cares if you have wrinkly scrubs? Yeah, I don't really care. Most all vitamin issues are from the gut. Our entire health starts in the gut. The brain starts in the gut. They call the gut the second brain. We have more serotonin receptors in our gut than we do our brain. It's amazing. And let's go here. Okay, how do you treat leaky gut? This is a great question, guys. So how do you treat leaky gut? First thing you need to do is know if you have leaky gut. How do you know if you have leaky gut? Well, do you have an autoimmune disease? You've got leaky gut. Do you've got a skin issue, psoriasis, eczema, acne, anything like that? Then you've got leaky gut. How do you know what to do then? Well, it's pretty simple. We call it the 4 R's, and write these down, guys. You've got to remove any pathogens or food allergens. So pathogens are going to be yeast, candida, bad bacteria, H. pylori, things like that. You need to remove food allergens. And so short term, that's going to be gluten, corn, soy, dairy, eggs, any grains at all, lectins like beans, nuts, legumes, any of those things, those come out short term. And then you need to re-inoculate after you kill off the bad stuff, which means bring in the good bacteria, probiotics. Don't just do probiotics off the bat. You've got to take care of killing off first. Yes, so Hillary, if you have leaky gut, get rid of gluten, absolutely. But you need to even go, if it's bad, you need to even go more extreme short term with dairy, corn, soy, eggs, things like that. And then you're going to replace, or even at the beginning, you could replace if you need stomach acid support, if you need enzymes. Ella Sweet, I'm vegetarian. I'm sorry. It's really challenging to keep your blood sugar stabilized if you're vegetarian. And you need to enzymes, stomach acid support, gallbladder. If you don't have a gallbladder, you need some bile salts and things like that. And then you need to repair. You need to think about glutamine, marshmallow root, aloe vera juice, zinc carnosine. You can do sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, bone broth, collagen, all these different things. So